guys, welcome to the first ever video podcast of What's Holding You Back, and we are back again with our new season and our new series with Arslan and Anusha Talks. So we are here again, so very excited. I hope you are excited as us, so let's get started.
Let's get started, Anusha. So I think today's topic is very important. Today we discuss about being in the present moment. I think many of us struggle being in the present moment. I think we always either in the past or in the future, but we never really embrace the present moment, including myself. We always think, what will be our next business idea or what will be our next job, but we never appreciate the presence, the essence of being present. I think this is very important because today will not come again. So I think it's very important. Let that sink in. I think it's very important to be in the present. Anusha, what do you think, and how do you stay in present moment?
I think, Arslan, you have hammered on this present moment very, this topic very critically, and I think it's very important. I think we combinedly chose this topic because we both struggle with it so much, right? So, and I mean, we're trying to also improve with it. So I thought this topic might be also useful to you guys. I want to add to what you were saying about present moment. It's about it's important to be present, and also we can also focus on our goals. Don't get us wrong, but also I think it's also about enjoying the journey, being happy where you are. So to me, do I face challenges? Of course I do. I think every single person, because we have so much pressure on us, knowingly or unknowingly, but so social media, societal pressure, no one's forcing it on us, but we take it on ourselves, right? So we all face that. Even personally, I feel like I'm normally not doing enough. I work, and then I do my morning routine, and then I also have other voluntary commitments. I do so much, but I still feel like I'm not meeting up to the standards. I mean, we're only a human being, right? And how much else are we expected to do? But we face that all the time. So my definition of the present moment, if to be, and telling myself, reinforcing to myself as well, is actually genuinely just, being where you are completely. And if you're not in the present, that means you're somewhere else, right? When you observe that. So being here and now is the best thing you can ever do. So that's my definition. So Arslan, I would move on to you. So what do you think is the present moment, and do you find challenges to actually stay in the present?
Absolutely. I think this is a very good definition, Anusha. I think what I think is that this comes to our daily life. Let's say if we are, having a good time with our loved ones, and often we are thinking about what meal to have next. I think these kind of things happens in our day-to-day life, and we never enjoy that moment that will not come back again. I think it's an advice, it's a lesson to myself as well, that it's very important to be in that moment, because that moment is quite precious. And
I want to add to that, Arslan. It's sorry to interrupt you, but we think we have forever, and same applies to me. I think we have tomorrow, right? Wake up tomorrow, new day. I hope we all do have tomorrow, but it is really not guaranteed. We have to tell ourselves, wake ourselves up and be we really don't know what's gonna happen. So
I mean, tomorrow is, of course, everyone, it's an expectation that tomorrow will come, but it's not guaranteed, as you said. So I think, repeating myself again, I think it's important to be in the current moment and really feel that moment and really be in that moment. I think that's really important.
Do you find it challenging yourself? How do you have an example that you found it really challenging?
Absolutely. I think I face this when I am, for example, at work, and I always worry about what next will happen or what next project that will come on. But I think what I do all the time is that I do meditation myself. Whenever feeling of the future comes in, I always do deep breathing exercise that really helps me to be in the present moment. And when I am fully present, then I can plan for the future. Because if I'm not present, then my mind will always, a lot of my energy will be in the planning, will be in the future. But I think if I am totally present, then I can think strategically. I can navigate myself a lot better in comparison to putting all my energy in past or present.
Very true. And what do you think, Arslan? What I'm just casually thinking, what makes us really like be very future oriented, or like just not letting go what's happened? What do you think is like the root cause?
I think the root cause, from what I believe, because we are living in a technology-driven culture, we are surrounded by technology at our fingertips, and I think it's very important to embrace technology and use it for our benefit. But also, I think it's very important to not let technology control us, because a lot of times, whenever we get a ping from our phone, we always look at it very instantly. I think that's us as well. But I think it's very important for technology not to dominate us. Of course, technology has its benefits, and it has completely transformed the 21st century. It has helped us communicate with our loved ones. It has done wonders. It has opened job opportunities. I mean, you name it. But it depends on how you use technology, and I think you shouldn't let technology impact you in a very negative way.
I think we've become addicted, don't you think? It's like a
Absolutely.
dose of caffeine that we need every morning, I think.
Absolutely. I think it's very similar to concept of drugs. It's not a drug, but it's the concept of drugs where if you don't look at your phone in the morning, you feel that there's something missing. You feel that buzz in the morning.
I don't know about your parents. My mom, if you take an example, like she doesn't have any messages, but she's still tapping on each social media, because our fingers, not even my mom, it's about all of us. We are still, even though we're not replying or messaging, we are always, that's why we're not in the present, because we're always like tapping on different apps. Just like that's how we are. I think it's in our subconscious mind, like to click on everything.
I think that's how if you look at these user experiences that these experts have designed, they have designed a way that you go to this app again and again. I think that's where there's a documentary on Netflix, I think The Social Dilemma, where it talks about how it captures your brain, and it makes you addicted to your devices. But I think it's the time where, including us, I think it's the time that we start to get in control rather than getting our phones or our devices or technology to control us.
Very true. I completely agree with that, Arslan. So we've talked a lot about like the importance of present moment and our daily struggles. So as we said, our podcast is going to be especially this season, it's going to be all about actions, because without actions there is nothing, right? We got to take inspired actions towards our goals, towards everything, and even towards being present moment. You can do so many different things. So some of the things that I've picked are that I'm currently trying to build habits, and you have to build habits regularly. I keep consistently doing. You have to keep trying, even if the habit breaks. It's fine. You got to try again. No one is perfect. We need to break that stigma that everyone is born perfect. Because no, you gotta try your best. Tomorrow you didn't do it again. It's okay. And I think I'm telling that to myself as well, right? So the first thing that you can do is, you wake up in the morning and just take without your phone, just 2 minutes, just say a prayer of gratitude. How do you agree with that, Arslan, right?
Absolutely. I think everyone should do that, and it doesn't really take time as well. It only takes few seconds where you can start with a meditation, grateful meditation, or anything, and
setting
just
an intention right in the morning, be thank you God for making me alive, thank you for another brand new day. And maybe if you're looking out of the window and just being present, that's one of the things you can do. Second thing is as Arslan was saying, meditation. any meditations you can do. You can use Calm, Headspace, guided meditation. There's so many. We can even link some as well. You can use Jay Shetty's, he's done past ones. There is Gabby Bernstein's. There's so many meditations that you could do, that could be very, very useful to you. Another thing is actually, how do you talk to yourself as well? Can be also be useful, right? For if you think you are not being in the present moment, or you're overthinking whatever, rather than criticizing yourself, be kinder to yourself. Be like, it's okay, like, all right, I've been in the future, been in the past, I need to be focusing on now. How amazing am I doing right now? Look at all the blessings do I have, focusing, coming back to what we have right now, what we have today, right? And actually, one more thing you can do to be in the present moment is actually just enjoying yourself, right? And how much do you agree with that, Rastan, right? Enjoying whatever you do, is just be there, even if it's like, working, then put the focused hour in and just work and enjoy it. You got an opportunity to work, right? Be grateful in that sense. And if it's with your parents, you're spending your time, or if you're with your friends, just being there and just enjoying the journey. Let go of like, oh, this is gonna happen, I need to achieve this. Yeah, but like, all you have now is now, right? All you have today is now. If you focus your thoughts and feelings into whatever you want today, you can get it. And that's how it works, right? Whatever you focus your energy into, what you get. And that cannot be created by your past or your future. It can be created by now, right? Anything else you want to add?
I think you kind of nailed it. I think another thing that you can do is that spend time by yourself as well. It's very important to be like your best friend, and that can be quite simple. That can be just a walk in a park, and just reminding yourself that doesn't matter whoever is there with you or not, but you are there with yourself. And doesn't matter how many struggles that you go through, it's fine, it's okay, it will go by. But it's important to realize that
True.
You are your best friend and will always be your best friend. Doesn't matter whatever happens. And I think it's another statement that I read somewhere is that one thing that remains with you forever is your breath. So I think it's very important, as you said, that is to focus on your breath, to do meditation, and to keep yourself like grounded, because meditation helps you to navigate your thoughts, because there's so many thoughts that are going in your head, and I think it helps you to calm your thoughts down.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And having time to yourself, taking that actually takes so much noise away and helps you focus. Like, I've started doing that, taking myself on solo dates. Like, that is very, very important. Like, just be by yourself, take yourself to even McDonald's if it's for like a tea, or like you can go to another fancy cafe or whatever. And like, just sit there, journal, what have you done well? Like, what are you doing? And just be proud of yourself as well, and just be present in where you are, and like doing reflecting all these things as well. So yeah, that's another thing about, I really, really agree. And one more thing you can also do that just came in my mind is that I've done like few times, it's like detoxifying. So like taking time out of like social media, like even if it's for a few hours or like a whole day, or like not looking at your phone in the morning. Like I'm trying to implement that as well. It's like even if it's your power morning and just few hours, it literally completely changes your morning if you get rid of your phone. Or even one more thing, like I recently started doing, it really helps. If you use your phone in the morning, okay, if that's what you do, and that's fine, but one thing you can do is take 5 minutes for your walk, go on a walk but without your phone. Literally that will also help you build a relationship with yourself, but also be present. You'll notice like the birds which you never saw, you'll notice like your neighbor that you didn't even know existed. So like it's small things that you do to build up that momentum.
Absolutely. And another thing to add is that I think this is the exercise that I used to do, where I used to go out for a walk and I used to kind of reflect on 5 things I can hear, 5 things I can see, and 5 things I can smell. I think that really helps you to be in the present moment, because if you concentrate on on those things, automatically you're grounded to the current moment. And I think that's something that I always try to do when I go for a walk. I think it kind of really helps you to be grounded.
Wonderful. I think that is most of the like tips or like, you know, things that we use. If you have any other suggestions, then you can also put it on our YouTube channel, or you can put it on our Instagram or whatever. Like, we would love to hear what you do, or if you took anything away from this. But before we wrap up, we're gonna do a quick rapid fire, because we do that with all of our guests. And like, you know, why not ask Arslan some questions he asks me? So yeah, let's ask. So Arslan, no cheating in this, right? So okay, let's get started. So the first question is, Arslan, is if you had to make a rule that everyone follows for the whole day? No, if there was a rule that everyone has to follow for the whole life, what would it be?
Don't listen to Anusha. I think
everyone should listen to me.
I think the rule, I think, coming back to the topic, is being in the present moment. I think that's very important. Be focused on right now.
Any action they could do?
As I said, I think the action could be journaling, meditation, whatever we said in the video. I think that's what you can do to kind of be in the present moment.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so any question do you want to ask?
Okay, so I think the question I want to ask is that how much you know your brother?
I think I do the most minimal amount of annoying.
I don't agree with that answer, but yeah, I think the question I want to ask is that what advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't be afraid of other people's opinions. I think for the longest time I've always struggled to be myself. Like, you know, I thought I was always shy and stuff, and I always like was in people's opinions and like, you know, stuff. So just be yourself and everything will be okay, you know. Okay, one other question that I want to ask, if you had to rate out of 100 of how incredible Anusha is, how would you?
1. No.
I think a lot of viewers will say the opposite. Okay, so the truth question is, what is your favorite habit that you do every day?
I think the one habit that I do every day is going to the gym. I think it really helps me be my best and really you know, challenge myself, because I think gym is a place where I believe that, you know, you're not only, you know, strengthening your body, but you're also strengthening your mind as well, because you're crossing limits. Because every time you lift a heavier weight, or every time you do a difficult exercise, I think, or every time that, you know, you run an extra mile, you are saying to your brain that I can do more. And when you do that, I think it, when I come back from gym in the morning, I say, you know what, I can do a bit more at work as well. I think I can do a bit more here as well, because I've proved that before. So I think it builds that confidence, the self-confidence, that if I can do this, I can do that as well.
I love that. Thank you, Arslan. That was pretty inspiring. Yeah, I think gym is the most amazing habit that you can also take. I actually want to add on, like, I think we missed out on that habit. Like, I actually do is the 5-minute journal that Arslan pushed me to do. Journaling is one of the best ways to be also, you know, present, like, you know, letting go of everything. That if it's like a free flow journal or like prompts journaling, which we can make another video on, or like, you know, using 5-minute journal is a very structured way of, like, you know, doing things. So yeah, definitely you can do that also. And with this, we're gonna wrap up our first YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will be back with the next one very, very soon. So happy to see you, and that's it from us.
Thank you.